Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They are greatly appreciated. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean that anything's broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time, so take what you need and leave the rest. It's originally created for Thursday, the 27th of July, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it makes sense to your situation, by all means utilize the video. Any of my videos work that way. I do believe that videos can find us when we need them, rather than when they were originally created for. So if you find this video on a different date, please by all means watch it and see if it makes sense. That goes for any of my videos. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is just some general housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel. What decks I'm using during the reading, how to contact me on social media. If you're interested in a private reading, please note that you do have to reach out to me first to initiate that conversation, either through my Instagram or my Facebook business page. Know that I will not initiate a conversation with you to sell you a reading, so if anybody were to try to do that, it's not me. It's more than likely an imposter, so please do not fall for that. It's happened to me once, so I just warn others of that. And then easy ways to support the channel. If you enjoy the content, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put up a new video, which is daily. Share the video out, leave me a question or comment. If the video resonates with you, I'd love to hear that stuff, because sometimes it being a collective energy reading, I feel like I'm just talking to the ethers, like in very broad terms, so I sometimes wonder if this is even resonating for folks. And then, did I say? Yeah, that's all the stuff that you need to know how to do. And then one other thing is I will refer back to the Sunday underpinning reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this particular reading, I'm usually referring back to that reading. And that's the reading that we look at the beginning of the week to just sort of see what the general overall or underlying energies are. And they sort of play in the background of what we're looking at today in the daily. Alright, so let's actually go back and refer to the Sunday reading, because I want to remember what the card was. Oh, we have some big Sunday cards. Okay. Alright, our card for the day. It is the King of Wands. Leadership and success. We have seen him, I think, earlier this week. The King of Wands is associated with the fire signs, right? He's Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, right? He's determined. He can be seen as egoistic or sort of single-minded in his pursuits, but he goes after what it is that he wants the way that he wants it, right? He kind of takes action quickly before maybe even thinking it through. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's wrong. It's just that he doesn't necessarily stop to think about the what ifs or the outcomes or the different possibilities. He says, no, this is what I want. This is how I'm going forward. We're doing this, right? And he says so with authority, determination, action, spirit, all of that sort of energy. There's a huge amount of determination with the King of Wands. He is driven by that element of fire, and that represents the spirit, or what drives us at a deep core level. He can, like I said, be sort of egoic. And the reason why I say that is this could be about us putting ourselves first above all else. Some of us could be dealing with a King of Wands that is putting themselves first in front of ourselves. But more than likely, I use this reading as a reading for the viewer. So I think the reason why he's here is he's telling us to really look at what are our passions, what are our desires, what are our pursuits, right? And how do we go about getting ourselves there without too much worry, too much fear, too much what if energy, right? He's not going to dwell in that so much. He's just going to say that's it and move forward and do whatever he needs to do to make his ends meet at all costs. Some people can see that as being selfish, but in certain ways, it's okay to put the self first. And I feel like that might be the message today. Yesterday's reading, we had that death card. So I feel like with that death card, you know, if there is a major transformation happening or an ending and a new beginning, the King of Wands would be a really good energy to have to set forth in that new beginning, because there's a certain amount of determination with him that is unswayable, right? That is single-minded, that is self-focused. And so if something has transformed or changed, he would be a good energy to lead out of that change towards whatever is new, the creation of that newness. I will say this, underpinning this is the Hierophant, which is Virgo energy. So that would sort of temper. No, I'm sorry. Hierophant is, Hermit is Virgo energy. Hierophant is Taurus energy. Still Earth, but the Hierophant is also about higher spiritual knowledge, right? And the King of Wands being the element of fire, being that element of spirit, what we desire at our deepest level. The Hierophant is going to lead us in a proper way about going about taking this action, is my feeling. So even if we do feel like we might be going after what it is that we want with a single-minded determination, we're doing so with the Hierophant underpinning it in a way that is spiritually sound, grounded, set in a space of ideally a moral truth for us, and that's all that really matters. So I think that kind of tempers some of the impulsiveness and the selfishness that the King of Wands could represent. The two of them together could be a very powerful spiritual combination of forward movement and strength and durability or stability as we make choices and changes in our life to move forward. Now let's go to the Cosmic Insights card. Okay. Manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. This is about new beginnings, I think. This is... With this King of Wands, like what I just got done saying is he goes after what he wants. The universe is asking us to say, okay, now let's pray for it. Let's create it. What is it that we want? We have that Hierophant energy, which is that higher spiritual morality, understanding, connection that's stable and grounded, that wants to connect us to our higher spiritual truth. The King of Wands will be that energy that begins to take action towards making it happen. Fast action even, impulsive action, maybe not thinking things or being scared like we maybe normally have in the past. And that might be caused because yesterday we saw that it was the death card, but it's called metamorphosis, right? There might be a change in how we begin to go about the things that we want. We might be a little bit more demanding, a little bit more vocal, a little bit more out there, but we're doing so in a way that is true to us, is my feeling. And we are attempting to manifest what it is exactly what we want. But we need to tell the universe and work with that spiritual power of the environment around us and understand that it supports us too. Stepping up into our King of Wands energy connects us to that. And there's a level of that in that impulsivity of the King of Wands, there's a level of trust that he understands. He knows what he wants. He's just going to go after it, and he's going to be supported. And if he runs into a roadblock or a challenge, he'll find a way around it, period. So I do like all of these cards coming together. It does feel like a new direction is forming here for us, and we're empowered to take that direction and steer it to a certain degree, or at least offer it up to the universe and then allow the universe to unfold the steps we need to take that action. So let's look at the Star Maiden Oracle. This is a card, a major arcana card that's coming from Spirit, the High Priest. So this is the Hierophant also, and it's wisdom, right? So this is double Hierophant energy. He is underpinning this. This is that connection to, like I said, higher spiritual, the moral spiritual high ground, higher institution learning, a connection to spirit, wisdom, knowledge, feeling very stable in who we are, how we feel, what we know to be true. If we've been struggling in the past with a truth around something that, how do I want to put this? Maybe we didn't feel like we deserved, or we denied ourselves because of the needs of others or others' opinions. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think that we are moving ourselves forward in what we need first and foremost, in a very empowered sort of way. And I'm going to say this, because the King of Wands is here, some people may not understand it or like it, but that's not really ours to worry about with the Hierophant here and the King of Wands here. He doesn't stop to think about what others want. He does what he needs. Let's go to the clarifiers. I love, too, I gotta say this, they both have their eyes closed and kind of looking like inward to their own truth, if you've noticed that. There's similarity here. He's got his back to the past. He's sort of looking back at the past a little bit with his eyes shut, thinking about where he's heading towards the future. And the Hierophant is doing the same thing, right? He is aware of everywhere he's been, what he's learned, and the knowledge that it's brought him, and he's using it to the highest ability for himself to steer himself forward in a very stable manner. So we have Three of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be some people that aren't going to like this. The King of Cups. And the King of Swords. Wow, we have three kings on the boards, guys. Kings to me are about authority, right? They represent, ultimately, their suit represents the suit of swords, I believe, which is that of truth, logic, cutting through all of it. And we see the King of Swords there. We're not, how do I want to say this? This is a time to think of ourselves and ourselves only. This is a time to put any potential heartbreak, upset, disillusionment that either others are feeling or that we have felt in situations. Come to terms with it, release it, let it go, and move forward. The King of Cups is going to be about having a mastery over our emotions. We may even withhold some of our emotions a little bit in that mastery, right? The King of Swords is going to be about logic, precision. He's going to make decisions, clear-cut decisions. If things aren't working, they need to be cut away. And the King of Cups is going to indicate that to us emotionally. Emotional ties that might have been painful, sad, yearning, nostalgic, that could be the Three of Swords there. But with these three kings and the Hierophant showing up twice in this, it's like, I don't think we have room to hold on to those past pains, hurts, heartaches of either ourselves or others. We need to move forward in authority with direction. And it's interesting that we have, I'm going to say this, because I noticed this 3 on the High Priest card here in the corner. And I always associate 3s with mind, body, spirit. And with the kings, we have the king of the mind, the king of the spirit, and then the king of emotions. He's not the King of Pentacles, which would be the body, but there is a 3-king thing happening here where, you know, emotions emanate from sort of a mixture of the body, the spirit, all of that. So, and the emotions affect the body. So I do feel like there's a balance here, these 3 kings of our, how we feel, what we desire, and what we think, coming together in a place that is like very single-minded, very clear, very precise. Yes, we're aware of maybe past mistakes, pains, or potential like pitfalls that could happen from having this sort of me first moment, but it is okay to have it. It's time to come away from whatever has been holding us back, hurting us, causing us sadness, and step forward into our authority, into our truth, into how we feel, into what we desire, and move forward towards what we want to manifest. I hope that makes sense. This feels really powerful, especially after yesterday's reading, which felt really powerful. The other thing I want to mention too is that even though we have the Hierophant as the midweek underpinning card, this end of the week underpinning card is the Wheel of Fortune, which to me, that manifest card indicates that Wheel of Fortune energy, which is spirit or the universe trying to come to us to open the gateway, right? To open the doors for us to move forward to what it is we do desire, what it is we do want. These kings request us to be clear, almost demanding, emotionally, logically, and spiritually in what it is we know we deserve. We've been through the Three of Swords and we've learned from it. It wasn't a loss, it wasn't a mistake, it was a process to teach us something so that we could step up into this power and begin to move forward and allow the Wheel of Fortune to open up to us, right? Because some of that influence is coming in as we go into the end of the week to sort of clear the path and set us up for whatever it is we do want to manifest coming into August. So here's the grounding stone for the day. I love it. It is joy. Now remember, the grounding stone for the week is prosperity. These kings are seeking prosperity. They deserve prosperity. They know nothing but prosperity. They're kings for God's sake, right? And same with the high priest or the Hierophant. He knows prosperity too through a very spiritual, logical, educated way. And the Wheel of Fortune brings just that, fortune and prosperity, right? Resonating in this idea of joy. Joy is an extremely high vibrational energy. Nothing negative can really stick to joy. It just slides right off. Other people's opinions, other people's misgivings, other people's fears of, oh no, if you step into this, if you take that risk, if you take that route, you could fail. That doesn't stick to the joy that we should be feeling when we are making these empowered decisions that put us first. If we do that, that joy vibrates at such a high level, I feel like it matches the vibration of how the universe wants to meet us and give us what we want to manifest. I hope that makes sense and that's not too weird out there of a message, but whatever we've been looking at, thinking about, feeling, and desiring, now is the time to start to put into effect the opportunity to create it. Ask the universe for the opportunity and do so from a space of joy, excitement, deservingness, if that's even a word. Understanding that we deserve this. And then ask for that manifestation. Ask for exactly what you want. And then when you start to see signs, symbols, and synchronicities that it's coming, expand that joyous feeling, because that will bring more signs, synchronicities, and opportunities. That is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a question or comment, and share the video out. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and to see how this all transforms. Take care and bye-bye.